What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
I will always have a complicated relationship with this game, but people evolve. So do sports. Do not make me regret this. Do not make me devolve back to that guy that so many clones wish that I still was. And do not embarrass the entire country. Now, I can go back. I can get there fast. Lose tonight, and you got a real problem. Do not blow it.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
You've been warned.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It is 10 o'clock. Welcome in another edition of Three Man Front. We are live in studio. Pat, Molly, Conrad, Landrum with you until 2 o'clock. College football, another day closer. You just heard the announcer, 51 days away from kickoff. We're less than 2 weeks away from SEC Football Media Days down in Tampa. It is officially in the books in Frisco, Texas, as the Big 12 becomes the first conference of the 2026 rotation to finish up their media days. We will go to Dallas and talk to Jake Hatch, good friend of the program. He does a show in Salt Lake City, Utah. He covers the Utah Fighting Utes and also the BYU Cougars. He will be on the program as he has been in attendance the last 2 days. We'll get his feelings on Monster Energy Drink, who is the leader in the clubhouse. A lot of people believe that Texas Tech is still the team to beat in that conference. So we'll get a rundown from him, Rodney Orr, Rob Pate later on in the program. So
interesting comments. I'm great, partner. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Interesting comments, though, coming out of the Big 12 Media Days. TCU's Sonny Dykes and some of the comments that he had, even going back to the college football playoff where they faced Michigan, went on to get beat historically by that Georgia team, 65-7. But very interesting comments concerning NIL, rosters, payrolls, and like I said, I think you're going to see more of these coaches, more of these institutions kind of standing on their own and speaking out and not being afraid to maybe upset the apple cart or whatever that message that's coming from the commissioner's desk is.
Yeah, Coach Dykes and TCU, they were one of the first programs to come out and basically be very critical of the Brendan Sorsby situation. TCU did not hold back whatsoever, along with Iowa State and some others, in regards to their feelings over the Texas Tech situation. So it'll be interesting to hear if Jake Hatch believes that the conference is on the road to, I guess, singing Kumbaya and We Are the World and we're all one again.
Well, yeah. And when you hear a coach like Sonny Dykes, he even went as far as to say, if we play Michigan 100 times, they beat us 95 times. That's a statement.
Yeah.
And he says it's going to be really tough to get back to a national championship based on our current roster.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying, without saying it, it's impossible.
Yep.
I like that we're getting some transparency with these coaches.
And we talked about it briefly yesterday, but you had Satterfield, the head coach of Cincinnati. He reignited the Sorsby story. He said and claimed that Texas Tech reached out to Sorsby about 4 games left in the season last year. So basically insinuating that they were tampering with Sorsby before he left Cincinnati. So that kind of got everyone going. I did notice that the USA Today network, because the Big 12, they do not, the media, this is the second year in a row, the media, they do not vote on a preseason list of who's going to win the conference. But USA Today, their network of reporters, they went around and surveyed every league writer in the Big 12, and Texas Tech is still listed as the team that they are predicting to win the Big 12 championship, followed by BYU, Utah, Houston, Arizona, TCU. Those are your top 6, then followed by Kansas State, Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Baylor, 11 UCF, then Kansas, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Colorado, and Iowa State. So I wonder if Deion Sanders will now be upset with the USA Today as he was the Athletic earlier this week.
I don't know. He knows that he's got what I saw it yesterday, and I said it was 60-something new players on that roster. I think Deion's going to continue to do it his way until the folks in Boulder tell him that it's time for somebody new. Maybe he has a fun little comment about it, but I don't think there's a whole lot for him to defend just based on the roster, the departures, some of the good from that team. You look at Seton, that's who it was, right? That went to LSU.
Yep.
The big offensive tackle. So not a whole lot of buzz there. It's interesting, though, to see Lance Leipold in Kansas, where they're projected, UCF under Scott Frost. But Oklahoma State, that's fascinating, with a new coach and a quarterback with something to prove.
Yeah, they got them listed 9th ahead of Baylor.
Yeah.
Because most people believe that Dave Aranda is going to be done. It's just a matter of time.
Nathan King said he's got Auburn as a 14-point favorite.
Yeah.
And he described Baylor's defense this year as they're going to be god-awful.
Yes, god-awful. And they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
When we're talking about it, it does make sense. Dave Aranda has turned over the play calling to his defensive coordinator. He knows he's probably out if he has a repeat of what he's had at least last year. So you go back to being a defensive coordinator. Why would you want to be attached to historically?
Scapegoat, my friend.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it defense.
Yeah, scapegoat.
That was Joe Bob.
So next week, Wednesday through Friday, we will have ACC Media Days. Those will be held in Charlotte, North Carolina. Day 1 will feature Florida State, Miami, NC State, Stanford, and Virginia. That's a pretty good day because with Florida State, a lot of pressure on Mike Norvell, and of course Miami. Most people believe that this could be the best roster that Miami has had in probably the last 2 decades. I know they played for the national championship last year, but many people believe that they have reloaded and that Miami definitely is going to be the team to beat out of the ACC. I'm sitting here looking down the list and seeing when Jordan is going to be in attendance there in Charlotte. It looks like it's going to be Friday. Probably going to spend a long weekend, her and Bill.
Yeah.
Come down from Chapel Hill. Let's just spend the weekend in Charlotte.
Yeah, let's do some couples things.
Yeah. So they will be on Friday. And then, of course, the next week on Monday, there it is, SEC Football Media Days. And then the week after that, the Big Ten will have 3 days of fun and frivolity in Chicago for their media days.
That should be a whole lot of fun. See what Tony Petitti has to say after he's digested what Greg Sankey's had to say.
And when Greg Sankey steps to the plate and says that, I was listening to 3-Man Front on my way home the other day, and they were giving us some suggestions on sponsor patches.
Yeah.
And so our league office is contacted, and we're happy to report that we are now going to officially be Chick-fil-A across every jersey, thanks to Molly Robinson, who suggested it on 3-Man Front.
That's right.
So
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? He gets up there and makes that announcement.
Be good. Chick-fil-A, is that now the leader in the clubhouse? I thought we decided on Buc-ee's.
Some late overnight results from some counties that was underreported while we were on the air. It looks like Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
Sure is.
I enjoy the free chicken sandwiches that
Winner,
they give out
chicken
before. The Chick-fil-A kickoff classic that we have.
Yeah.
And you show up with a bus full of people or a car full of people, and they come with the hot steaming with pickles, Conrad. Chick-fil-A sandwich, it's great.
So call it right now, Conrad. In the next 5 years, will Alabama have a sponsorship patch from a corporate entity on an Alabama football jersey? Yes,
yeah,
because
we lost all our money in crypto, like we talked about yesterday. So, yeah, we're going to have to make that back somehow. But, yes, in all seriousness, yes, I do.
In
the
5
money
years,
will be
you
too
think,
sweet.
What about Auburn? You think Auburn will?
In the next 5 years?
5 years.
Yes.
So does that mean that if Alabama, now I know that Texas has already said, we're not doing it. At least that's what Del Conte is saying right now. Do you think every school in the SEC will have a sponsor patch within 5 years?
No.
Who would be the holdout? Texas?
Texas, I could see Texas A&M going that route.
Okay.
Because they got the money, they don't need it. I mean, maybe Alabama does step up and say, we're just not doing that because of the tradition and people don't like us messing with the jersey. But, yeah, I would think Texas and Texas A&M are in the best position to say no.
I think it's easier for a lot of these schools after they've seen everybody else do it, maybe for a season or two, then their fans are more receptive to it.
Well, it was really shocking when you saw the NBA because they were the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
It kind of took you some time to get used to it. And then when Major League Baseball started putting it on their sleeves.
I don't even think about it now.
Right. And I think the same thing would be said with college football. I think that there would be an outcry originally, but it depends on how you do the sponsorship patch. Does it clash, with the color scheme of whatever school you're a fan of?
No, and yeah, I agree. Nitpicking, I'm not thinking about the Quick Creek patch when I'm watching the Braves. It's fair.
Well, especially in college football, when you can make it tangible and go, well, that paid for 2 of your starting offensive linemen. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not like
good.
it's going to serve as a distraction for me watching a game. And this sounds horrible, and it's to prevent CTE. But the big foam things on the heads, that's a distraction to me.
Yeah, the Guardian caps. Yeah.
The Guardian caps. It's a distraction when I'm watching a game. I know why it's there. I think it's a great idea. Love it. Distracts me. Doesn't fit my eye when I'm watching a football game.
So it's interesting. So we're talking about money and generating extra levels of income for these athletic departments. Well, there was an interesting story that came out yesterday down in Louisiana. LSU has fired its chief financial officer, Tommy Smith, and Todd Manuel, who was vice president in charge of handling sex-based discrimination complaints and what campus leaders say these are cost-reducing layoffs at LSU. A total of 25 employees were let go last week at LSU, and LSU President Wayne Russo, he says the savings will be redirected to hire new faculty and fund research. Now, the president, he became the president back in November, shortly after LSU hired Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. And don't forget, they had to pay not only Kiffin $90 million, but then a $54 million buyout of Brian Kelly. And so now they've laid off 25 employees at Louisiana State University. And it has a lot of people wondering, what are we doing here when you're cutting people off the university's faculty, and you've gotten rid of your chief financial officers and someone that has handled your sex-based discrimination complaints, and you're still paying Brian Kelly $54 million and then $90 million to Lane Kiffin. Now, the layoffs will supposedly save LSU $3.7 million, according to an analysis of the state employee salaries obtained by the public request records from other media outlets. So $3.7 million saved, but 25 people.
25 families affected.
Correct. And $3.7 million will now go back into the fold, in which the president says that this will be redirected to hire new faculty and fund research.
Let's keep an eye on that. Keep our eyes open for those new hires.
Yeah.
Well, recruiting's research, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
I just found it interesting. That's all. I'm not
especially
accusing
with the
LSU.
titles of people.
It's just a bad optics.
It is.
You got a governor that stands up and says,
you imagine if you've got your cardboard box with all of your personal stuff from your office, and you're walking out and Lane Kiffin's bebopping into the building after a fresh hot yoga class and is drinking his smoothie.
You walk by a third-string
$1,000
linebacker
worth
that's
of
making
workout
more
gear.
money than your salary was,
Yeah.
and you don't have a job and you can't feed your family, and that kid is making hundreds of thousands of dollars to ride the pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a Boy Scout like Will Wade walking around.
Good times.
That's tough. 3.7. I mean, that's like a rounding error for their athletic department this year. You can scrape that together, I think.
3.7, that will get you Sam Levitt for 3/4 of the season.
Yeah. Something like that.
You won't have him for the rivalry week.
See, that wouldn't even paid for Swordsby if they'd ended up with Swordsby.
No.
No? Yes, it wouldn't have.
Could you imagine like that happening at a non-SEC school where 25 people lose their job, but you've got coaches that's making obscene amounts of money and players making obscene amounts of money?
I can imagine the outcry.
I'm thinking like a Northeastern school or even a
Right.
Big Ten school. I mean, that's not going over well.
But
in
they
the
would not
SEC
stand for that at Rutgers.
In the SEC, we just they owe $500 million anyway.
$500 million.
What's
They don't-
another
they're not
3.7
worried
million?
about it.
Yeah.
That's a drop in the bucket.
Well, it's
Conrad.
like when you're on vacation. You just What's another?
What's another
$250?
Yeah, I mean,
Here.
I'm going to be paying interest on that credit card anyway.
You
What's
want that silly, stupid hat you're going to wear one time? Might not even make it back to the airport.
Yeah.
Here.
Make it happen.
Get it, babe.
Yeah. No big deal.
Or sometimes that's me buying a stupid hat, so let's be fair here.
Wear it the one time.
Yeah, by the way, I got some good news yesterday.
Yeah, that was great news. For those that watch us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, Landrum has a brand new Atlanta Braves jersey that he will break out tomorrow.
Came on a slow boat from China.
Yay!
It literally really did come from a slow boat.
Yeah, it did.
China. So Landrum will break that out as he's getting ready for the Cardinal series this weekend.
Yes.
The final series before the All-Star break.
We played a day, but I told you we're 1-0 with that jersey in my possession.
I was going to suggest to you, like, if the Braves lost again last night or if they were going to be no hit, because it looked kind of ugly there.
No, I'm glad he was on a pitch count.
I was going to say, you need to text Tom Hart and tell him to get off the Braves broadcast because it seems like
that was about to happen.
Because he was in Chicago for the White Sox series, did not have a very good series for the Braves, and he's back on the mic in Pittsburgh.
And if I remember one of the radio call when he was on with Ben Ingram one night on the Braves radio network. I think we lost that game too.
Yeah. So he was starting to get a reputation.
He's messed up our mojo.
Got to blame somebody.
Yeah. It's Tom Hart's fault.
It's not the players, it's the announcers.
Yeah. It's always our fault.
Phone number is 205-834-9450. You can call us on that number. You can text us on that number.
Do both?
You can do both on the same number. We have consolidated.
This is unreal.
I know. This is 2026 Landrum. We can do these types.
So there's just one number, Pat, that people need to remember.
That's right. There's only one number that they need to remember, one number we need to remember. 205-834-9450.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Try it.
9450. You should know that because that's our frequency number in Birmingham.
Right. Try it. See how it feels on those fingertips.
Yeah. Give us a call. Love to hear from
you.
you.
Or through that voice if you're driving.
11 o'clock, Rodney Orr. 11:45, Rob Pate. 1 o'clock, Jake Hatch from KSL Radio in Salt Lake City. Talk a little Big 12 football. All that straight ahead. Love to hear from you next on Three Man Front. Man, just John Denver is just everywhere.
Horrible. Oh,
every time we turn around, we see John Denver. Hear John Denver.
You don't like John Denver, Landrum?
I do like John Denver. But given we'll see if people can connect the dots if hopefully they're listening to all 4 hours.
Yes, you need to listen to all 4
I was really hoping there'd be enough of a buffer where that wouldn't happen.
Oh, no. No, I'm not going to let there be a buffer
I know
now.
you're going to make sure people know I'm a bad person.
So bad.
So we got some good basketball news yesterday, and the guy that broke the story is our very own three-man front bracketologist, Rocco Miller.
Rocco!
He breaks the story yesterday that the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team is going to face Samford, going to face the Bulldogs. A date has yet to be announced. However, the Bulldogs are set to travel to Coleman Coliseum, where the two programs will meet for the first time since 2010. When Alabama and Samford last faced off, the Tide won the game 79-60 in Tuscaloosa. Most recently, the Bulldogs finished the 2025-26 season with an 18-14 record to mark Lenny Acuff's first season as head coach at Samford. So that'll be a fun matchup, as Samford now will be playing both Alabama and UAB.
Yeah, that's really good. And Coach Acuff, a chance now to kind of get his feet settled and get guys in that fit his system, and that can be more challenging these days in college athletics, as we all know. But, yeah, that's a fun matchup, and we love to keep that money here in the state.
No doubt about it. I did see this story yesterday. I don't know if you guys did, but anytime you see that somebody is entering the transfer portal, especially from a Southeastern Conference school, you kind of go, okay, what's going on here? So ex-Arkansas receiver Jaylen Brown, he entered the transfer portal. Brown was dismissed from the Arkansas football team after being arrested on a charge of hindering apprehension that has now been dismissed. So he was charged. Then he gets kicked off the team, but now the issue has now been dismissed. He's a former four-star. He's a top 70 recruit. He was a starter last year prior to suffering a season-ending injury for the Hogs. So I'm like going, okay, this is interesting. And I hate to stereotype, but I started thinking, well, if Arkansas let him go, then there's got to be more to it. Maybe the kid's history, whatever the case may be. So he had previously played in 3 games for LSU as a true freshman. That allowed him to preserve his redshirt year. He then transferred to Florida State in 2024, where he appeared in 9 games for the Noles. He, however, was then dismissed from that program in spring of 2025 following an arrest for possession of a controlled substance. So he made stops at LSU and Florida State before appearing in 5 games for the Razorbacks. So obviously kind of a checkered past, been in trouble with the law before. So then Ryan Silverfield in Arkansas said, you know what? We've given you this opportunity. We're going to go ahead and cut bait now, and we're going to move on. So across his college career, 17 games. He's hauled in 20 receptions, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So it was just interesting. When I saw that Arkansas 4-star wide receiver is, transferring, and it's July the 8th, I'm like going, okay, there's got to be more to the story, and so much it was.
Yeah, and a lot of times we see about if there is an incident with a police report, but I have known of guys that have been major cancers on a football team, major cancer in the locker room, major cancer on the sideline, just a disruption that never got arrested and never saw the light of day, and then you wonder why are they in the transfer portal. But so some of that could have been going on. It could have been just a daily fight to try to get Jaylen Brown to do what he was supposed to do.
But to think about, he's a former 4-star athlete, and we've seen countless examples of this. He was a top 70 recruit in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, he was almost a 5-star kid. And unfortunately,
his measurables are good.
Yeah.
You're about 6'2", 185 pounds.
Sacramento State.
Yeah, I guess Sac State would be an option.
Mm-hmm. They've rolled the dice on people before.
Well, somebody's going to take him.
Oh, there's no question. And it's what you said, the measurables.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm fighting for my job. We need to win an extra football game. If I can keep the glue together, and this guy, if he's can act halfway right for the next five months, somebody's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know what his NIL was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Speaking of Arkansas, it's interesting. So this morning we were on that text string with Ty Richardson. Ty had seen the clip that Molly had posted yesterday of us talking about Walmart, and he was belly aching about how Walmart needs to spend more money for Arkansas sports as opposed to like sitting it across the whole league.
Yeah, Walmart's they're saving up for the SEC. Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
It works with the logo. I mean, the colors.
Tyson will take care of Arkansas. Walmart will take care of all of us.
Take care of the league.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, you get Walmart Neighborhood Market to sponsor Arkansas. You get the Super Center or just Walmart, the brand.
There you go.
For the entire SEC.
Is there any more just regular Walmart?
Does anybody else need us to make any major decisions for your business today? Just give us a call. We're here to do it.
Because, you and I, when we were growing up, you had just regular Walmart, and then you had a Walmart Super Center that came. And so now all of them are Super Centers. But
or neighborhood markets.
It used to not be that way.
Used to go. I remember going to that Walmart Super Center for the first time with my mom shopping as a kid, and they had those big, big, big bags of popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
The fat little Andrew had to have one of those bags of popcorn. Just drag it out of the store like a big duffel bag over my shoulder.
Yeah. Well, and you also had, now in Trussville, we have a Super Target. But I think in Fultondale, it's just a regular Target.
Yeah, I went by Super Target yesterday, and I had to ask my wife. I was like, is that bigger than our Target? She was like, yeah, it is. I said, okay. I'd like to check that out one day. Maybe go run laps in there. It's a big store.
One in Trussville's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one we have in Gardendale's very big, Fultondale.
Is that one a Super Target, or is that just a regular Target?
I don't know. It's big.
Does it say Super
They
Target?
got a lot of stuff. I don't know. Has the Target logo.
Does it have the big red balls out in front?
I don't think that one has a grocery store.
No, there's groceries. Yeah, there's groceries. Paige got groceries there.
Full groceries.
Full groceries?
Yeah, like a deli and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't have. It has groceries, but yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah, mine doesn't have the full deli.
Yeah, we have full deli, produce, meat, all that.
Ooh.
One of my favorite things as a kid was going to Target and getting the popcorn. Remember when they used to have the popcorn and the slushies there? Mm-hmm. That little
Oh yeah, that was
restaurant type of thing.
yeah. Well, they had the ices with the smell. That was my Kmart. So when I went to Kmart before we had Walmart, go to Kmart.
Get Little Caesars Crazy Bread.
Well, yeah, but they also when you walked in, they had that icy machine and they had the popcorn going in the combination of those smells.
I used to love getting a blue icy every time I go to Target.
Yeah.
Now you just get an $8 latte.
Yeah.
Because they all have Starbucks right there at the front. Like, I mean, I need something while I'm walking around. I might as well. That's where they get you.
Did you get pizza at some of them too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Target in Trussville used to have Pizza Hut. Was the
Yeah, it was Pizza Hut. Mm-hmm.
They had that one at the one in Homewood.
Yep.
I don't think that's there anymore.
It's not.
It's not.
It's Starbucks.
Oh, I thought they had both.
Yeah, but now it's just Starbucks.
Oh, it's just Starbucks. Okay.
I think they made the Starbucks bigger. Probably. Because that's what people
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Text line's open 205-834-9450. That is the exact same number that you can dial if you would like to participate and talk to us. We would welcome that. 11 o'clock, Rodney Orr, more three-man front on this Thursday on Jocks. In about 45 minutes, the Braves will be underway as they wrap up their series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last night, the Pirates had something good going against the Braves, but the Braves were able to overcome. Looked like a no-hitter, potential perfect game brewing for the Pittsburgh Pirates last night. But the Braves, they end up beating the Pirates 3-0. Atlanta ends their three-game losing skid. As I mentioned, they broke up a combined perfect game bid in the seventh inning. Joey Bart, how about this, who played at Georgia Tech, who was a Pirate until just a couple weeks ago. He had a 422-foot two-run home run in the eighth inning. It was the fourth longest home run of his career. As I mentioned, Pirates starter Jared Jones, he looked good, but he was on a pitch count. You know that they were going to have to pull him anyway. But he got in the record books last night against Atlanta. He became the only starting pitcher in Major League Baseball's modern era to pitch 6 innings and retire every batter he faced and yet not get the win. A perfect game, 6 innings, and he did not get the win. That is the first time that has ever happened in Major League Baseball in the modern era.
And Paul Skeens just kind of looked at him and gave him a nod and said, "Get used to it, brother."
Yeah, get used to it.
Walt Weiss was describing his fastball and his breaking ball in the first inning, and he said it was ridiculous. He said, I was hoping that they had him on a pitch count because that guy was untouchable. Grant Holmes looked good last night.
The good news, the Phillies lose. So the Braves are now back to 3 games ahead of the Phillies and Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlins have now tied the Phillies.
They've won 5 in a row, Pat.
Mm-hmm. So this is an 11:35 start this morning as Mitch Keller's on the bump for the Pirates. He's got a 5.02 ERA taking on Bryce Elder, who is 5-6 with a 4.01 ERA.
What's the weather this weekend for our series, Braves and Cardinals?
Hot.
It's going to be hot.
Hot.
That's the way we like it.
Very hot.
Yeah, get it really hot for us.
Some other news and notes around Major League Baseball. Landrum's other favorite player besides Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, last night hit his league-leading 32nd home run in Cincinnati. He's now 3rd in Major League Baseball history for the most home runs with 5 seasons with a team. He had Babe Ruth the first 5 years with the New York Yankees. He hit 235 home runs.
Short porch.
Mark McGwire for the Cardinals, he hit 220, and now Kyle Schwarber has hit 219 for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I like Kyle Schwarber. He was the hero for the National League last year when we were at SEC Media Days. And just been stood up by Ty, and Conrad's little mouth was burning.
His little mouth.
Thank you, Landrum.
That's funny.
Are you prepared for Kyle Schwarber to be a Hall of Famer?
No.
Because I'm just saying he's got 372 career home runs. I mean, unless he gets hurt, I mean, he's going to get to 500.
He's going to get to 500.
Yeah. Also yesterday, the Blue Jays beat Tony Vitello and the San Francisco Giants 10-0. That was almost a no-hitter. Took a no-hitter until Dylan Cease did for Toronto. Took it into the 9th inning, a no-hitter against the Giants. So the Giants are now 16 games below 500. That is the first time since the end of the 2018 season that they have been that far underneath 500. They were also being no hit through 8 innings. That was their longest stint by not getting a hit at home since 1997. So Tony Vitello is just absolutely just piling up some wonderful records there in the Bay.
You think he's already had enough? He's gotten his taste of Major League Baseball?
They're going to end up trading everybody on that team.
It's just tough. You go from being a national champion, you're a competitor, you build a program, and then you go to that.
So not only are we going to pick on Tony Vitello, but let's pick on the Yankees for a second.
Oh, yeah.
So they were shut out 3-0 by Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They have now tied their franchise record. I'm talking about the Yankees. They've been playing baseball for a couple minutes. They have now tied their franchise record for failing to score more than 5 runs in 20 consecutive games. They're now 5 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East.
Yeah, we're terrible. And probably not getting Aaron Judge back until mid-August, maybe.
So what's the story with Volpe? There's a controversy going on between Kay, the announcer for the Yankees, and Volpe.
Yeah, so Michael Kay unfortunately said something that he shouldn't have said because he had heard a rumor that the Yankees wanted Volpe to move to second, and they were, I guess, going to trade Jazz Chisholm. But Volpe said, no, I'm not playing second base, which isn't true. But Michael Kay shared that rumor on his radio show. That made a lot of people mad, and then he had to go back yesterday and say, actually, I had a bad source, and he is willing to move to second base if that's what they want him to do. But, yeah, that's the least of our problems.
Here's the good news. Even in the loss, you struck out 6 fewer times than you did the previous 2 nights.
That's a win.
That is great. Well, we won one of those games, believe it or not.
That's right.
And you're wrapping up the series today, right?
Yeah, it's just bad.
Right. I mean, the Rays doing it again.
Yeah. They got an incredible front office. I mean, the way that they evaluate talent, the way they draft, their minor league system.
You think about the guys, Lau, he's gone. He's off their team from last year, but guys like Aranda and others that are.
Well, Caminero, he had like, what was his stretch? He had like a home run in 10 or 11 straight games.
Yeah.
Going back a couple of days, and that streak got snapped. But, they're playing really good baseball.
But
a month ago, we were one of the best teams in baseball. Now we're one of the worst.
Well, look at the Braves.
Well, the Rays, like Rowdy Tellez, that just seems like they got a lot of Rowdy Tellez type players.
I watched him
Who
last
is
night.
This guy? And then
I watched him last night for the Stripers.
Yeah.
Guess who they were playing? They're playing the Memphis Redbirds.
Okay.
And so before the Cardinals came on, I was actually watching that game between the Redbirds and the Stripers in Gwinnett, and Tellez came up to bat.
How'd he do?
I struck out.
Did he strike out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. Well.
I do like the Stripers jerseys. Stripers look it's a takeoff of the old Braves uniform with the feather.
Every time though I see the logo, I read it Strippers. Every single time.
The Gwinnett Strippers.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, don't look now, but Tariq Skubal and the Detroit Tigers are now just 4.5 games back in the American League wild card race. They have now won 4 in a row.
Yeah, we have.
So just when Conrad wanted to say Detroit's season was over with, here they come.
And we swept the Yankees.
What do you have to say about that?
I would say that y'all are still looking up at us in the wild card standings, but other than that,
But we got the sweep.
You did. Yeah,
Wow.
You did.
Not even All-Star break.
And my final little nugget that I wanted to share, got to talk about my Cardinals for a second. So they beat the Brewers last night 5-1.
Yay.
Yeah, how about that?
You're now what, 2-8?
Okay. I think against them. And what's so crazy is that literally after today we're only going to play them 3 more times the rest of the season.
Well, that's good news for you
I was
guys.
going to say, that's good.
But it's 1st of July.
Yeah, I know you got it all out of the way.
I mean, come on.
It's kind of like the Braves and Phillies don't play again until
It's
forever.
so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, starting pitcher last night for the Cardinals was Michael McGreevy. It was his birthday.
Oh.
And the reason I bring this up, he was the winning pitcher. But St. Louis has now won 13 straight games when the game is started by a Cardinal pitcher who is celebrating their birthday.
Huh.
Cool stat.
The last loss for the Cardinals when the starting pitcher was pitching on his birthday was 2006. Last night's win extends the longest streak in Major League Baseball history. No other team has ever won more than 8 straight. So we have now won 13 consecutive games when the starting pitcher for the Cardinals was celebrating his birthday.
That's a really cool stat.
Management when you're going through.
That's right.
And you're looking.
You're scheduling out your next 5-day rotation. Let's make sure when's your birthday.
All of our starters, you had to be born between the months of April and September.
So the Cardinals have not lost since 2006 when the starting pitcher was celebrating their birthday. And the closest franchise that is behind the Cardinals has only done it 8 times. And we've done it 13 times in a row.
We saw Swelly pitch before he got injured on his birthday against the Red Sox last year.
Mm-hmm.
He had a career high, I think it was 14 strikeouts, 5-0 win. It was one of the last games he pitched.
When's he coming back?
He told me he hopes soon, but I don't know if that was just player speak or – no, I mean, I seriously asked him. A few months, well, it was about a month ago. We went over there. He said, man, hopefully soon. I don't know what that means. So if we have the lockout next year, I guess we'll see him in 28 maybe.
Yeah, he'll be
healthy. He'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
He'll be ready to blow out the other arm.
Don't say that.
Just saying.
205-834-9450. Hey, man.
Good morning, guys, and Molly. Hello, Molly.
Hi, Don.
How are you today, hon?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Molly, are you getting to go to media days with everybody, or you got to stay here?
I will be here in Birmingham.
No, that's what I thought. And Landon, I've been thinking about that. You got your good place to go to down in Tampa, like a good karaoke bar that has a piano?
No, I don't.
Do you have any recommendations?
I've requested a piano in my suite.
Well, I mean, back in my old days and everything, there's places, plenty of good places to go down there to party, that's for sure. I've heard a lot about things, but we'll talk about that.
But we don't party.
No, we work. What are you talking about?
I know y'all. Well, I mean,
aside from some mild wings that Conrad ate, that was about the craziest we got.
I mean, Conrad tried to buy us some tickets to the Beyonce concert on the sidewalk outside of Phillips Arena, but it was too pricey. So we just decided we just weren't going to go. But we were part of all the fun and frivolity. A lot of, we went into a couple restaurants and bars where people were getting ready to go to the Beyonce concerts.
Yeah.
And that was worth the price of admission, just being able to watch all of Conrad's friends.
If you were into that guy that was wearing the chaps.
What about all those times when you had him at the Winfrey, Landon, and you guys all went to Gabriel's and singing karaoke back in the day?
That was more of a Conrad and Barrett Salee type deal.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And all the media members who smoke cigarettes still.
Yes.
Well, anyway, Pat, great knowledge on your baseball, but another little baseball update. And after you gave me so much grief the other day about my Cubs, we won 3 straight games.
Yeah, you played the Orioles.
Well, that helps, doesn't it?
Hey,
take a look.
Crow Armstrong, he had 2 home runs last night.
Yeah, when you brought up Kyle Schwarber when you brought up my old Cubs player and everything, I tell you what, he was one of our heroes in the World Series in 2016.
Who was?
I never can say his name right.
Schwarber.
Yes, he played with the Cubs, and Pat, didn't he play baseball at Indiana?
He did.
Yeah.
But speaking of all the topics you guys have been talking about all week about the patches on the uniform, I think Conrad told me y'all talked about this yesterday, but I didn't know this, that we our fundraising raised $93 million.
Yes, we did talk about that. We talked about it. It's gone up 70% since John Cohen took over as athletic director.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot more of it when you brought up basketball and everything. I don't know if you've seen this on our schedule. We actually got to play a game in Nashville against Wisconsin.
Very nice.
But do you happen to know who Auburn plays in Birmingham this year?
I do not.
Arizona, is it?
I have not seen
It
who
might
that
be
is.
No, I hadn't
It
seen it.
might be Arizona's on our schedule, but it might be Arizona. But my topic is, and Conrad, this is a question for you. Do you think Alabama would ever move a game out of Tuscaloosa like Auburn's doing with Baylor in Atlanta?
Probably not.
To make NIL money. Pat, isn't Auburn and Baylor both getting $8 million to play this game?
I think Auburn's getting more than Baylor, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's. I mean, it had to be a pretty penny and a great deal for Auburn to move a home game and to tick off a bunch of season ticket holders just to move the game to Atlanta.
Well, not only that, guys, but I go down there 4 or 5 times a year, and my favorite place is 17-16, of course, where I took gaming to, and it just hurts the whole city when they move a game out of the town like that. I can imagine how many millions of dollars that is to affect the city. Kind of like me and you talking about the Stallions playing in Hoover, how they would jeopardize the SEC tournament. And that, what do y'all think it is? About 15 or 20 million for the city of Albany to lose?
I would think maybe in that ballpark, if not more.
But no, but that's what I'm telling you. That's what college football is coming to. It's just you just got to make money. And I know I said the other day I didn't think Alabama and Auburn would ever do it, but y'all convinced me. If they're going to get 20 or 25 million a year like that to do it, you can't turn it down.
No, you can't.
Don, we appreciate the phone call.
Thank you, Don.
Thanks. No, and you can't keep going back to some of the same old wells. You got to find new ways to create revenue streams because some of those people, they get tired of paying for the 4-star, like the Jaylen Brown that can't stay out of trouble and can't stay on their roster. That's not a good ROI. Miles in Mississippi, hang on. 3-man front as we continue on a Thursday.
Phone lines are open, 205-834-9450. Top of the hour, we'll go to Tuscaloosa, talk to Rodney Orr from Tider Insider, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB. And then at 1 o'clock, we will talk to Jake Hatch from KSL Radio in Salt Lake City.
Right now, take your phone calls. Miles, our good buddy, is in the state of Mississippi. Hey, Miles, how are you?
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
You got me. I'm really loving the baseball talk. The Red Sox are playing real well right now, but that's not exactly what I called to talk about. I called to talk about a different aspect of the Red Sox, and I want your opinion. In the past 20 years, the Red Sox have won 4 World Series. Okay, they did this with 2 different general managers and 3 different managers. But there was one constant who left a few years ago, and that was Bill James. My question is this. Is Bill James the primary reason the Red Sox won those 4 World Series?
I don't think it hurt. I mean, he was pretty much the grandfather of analytics when it comes to baseball. I mean, Bill James, he's the Bill James Bible when it comes to certain stats and the way that he looked at the game. I don't think it didn't cause him not to win those championships. That's for sure.
They hired him when Billy Beane turned them down.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly hope Billy Beane gets in the Hall of Fame. I can tell you that. The way, because, y'all got me thinking about it when you're talking about the Rays. I mean, what these small market folks are able to do is just amazing.
No, I mean, listen, it's funny because, my Cardinal friend group, when over the years, we were very frustrated with our front office, and they finally got rid of, and now the former general manager of the Boston Red Sox, Chaim Bloom, is now the general manager of the Cardinals. But we had the same general manager for like 17 years, and over the course of the last 5 or 6 years, the Cardinals have not performed the way that the Cardinals used to perform. They needed a change. And so, when you do not embrace the analytics, because it's completely different now, the way baseball front offices are run, we always talked about in our friend group, well, we should just go hire all the people that were at the Tampa Bay Rays, because it doesn't matter what their payroll is every single year. They're competitive. They make the playoffs, and dadgummit, they almost won the World Series a couple years ago. So, and it's interesting because Chaim Bloom got his start with the Tampa Bay Rays before he went to Boston, and now he's in St. Louis. So The Rays are just an impressive organization. And it's a shame that more people in that market do not go and support that franchise.
I know it.
Because they are a great team every single year.
And they are in a tussle. You're right. They are in a tussle right now about that stadium.
Yep.
Y'all, let me ask you this as I go. Have you heard about a meeting between intermediaries from the University of North Carolina and the SEC?
I have not.
I refer you, I don't know if you ever watched Greg Flugar's Peek Around the Corner or his show on YouTube. Greg Flugar was the guy who broke the USC UCLA info before it came out. The LA Times got it from him.
Okay. I'll check it out.
He reported that recently. Thanks, y'all.
That's intriguing.
Thanks, Miles.
Miles. Ooh, wouldn't that be something? Or do you think it was just Jordan? Like maybe Jordan came to Birmingham and talked to somebody.
I'm thinking it's Jordan came to Birmingham, talked to somebody.
Yeah.
Looking for a mom, open a new boutique.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Part of what makes this show is the show within the show. The biggest topic on the show always seems to be the show itself. This is a way to give you clones a way to interact with one another. Yes, we will be going through the chat. Yes, it'll be a part of the program. The only thing that could ruin the show are the old school clones spitting up the same bull crap that they always have. The jungle is out taking names and ready to dominate. Let's get
The
it.
Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Scrolling with Haley.
I am Haley Carania. I scroll with the homies here in the live chat because there's a lot to scroll through on X, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Cutting through the clutter, one hot take at a time.
Love seeing you all in the chat before the show. I tried to jump in just a few minutes before to say hello. I love the chat interaction. Thank you for helping. But I do it to get all of the videos and all of the content that you won't find anywhere else.
Scrolling with Haley.
Just search that up and I will be there.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.